Well, welcome to Docktails on trip 144.
We made it.
We made
Cheers.
it. Yeah. We are 20 trips into our platinum loop.
Already.
Yeah, so
went by really fast.
yeah, we got the boat here to Horizon Marina and have been prepping for a couple days. So this is the last night before they come and we get our bags off of here and they haul the boat out and put her in winter storage. Have already talked to the detailers, two detailers. One guy is just the wash off, wax on guy. I guess a wash off, wax on.
Oh, brother.
And the other guy is going to do some more detailed work. Some of the rub rails that go around the walkway up here, just places on the boat that I'm not happy with. Redoing the swim platform. This window that's up there, I'm not happy with that. So, guy came on board yesterday, and they're going to work together. Mitch and Jason. They're going to work together over the next couple months, and Jason was, he says, hey, he's going to send me pictures as he goes along,
That's
and,
awesome.
hey, if you find stuff, and so he says the boat's going to look almost new by the time we're done.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
the old girl's getting a facelift.
Yeah.
But let's go back and talk about the trip from Clayton over to Alexandria Bay. Now, this is a very short trip, and we know a lot of loopers that get as far as Clayton, but don't go the extra 10 miles to Alexandria Bay. They turn around or they go up into Canada from there. But it's beautiful here.
Yeah.
And Clayton is beautiful too. But this just, it's a quaint little town. And we're here, of course, in the fall. And the colors of the trees are beautiful. But the ride from Clayton to here, it reminded me of Canada.
Yeah, I would say it's changed. Just like, hey, we're starting to get into Canada, where
because
you have those
Canada's
rock
just right
islands
over
and
there.
that kind of stuff. And Bolt Castle is just over here. And we decided not to take the tour and wait till we come back when it's a little bit warmer.
But the trip, we started seeing islands with houses on it, just like we had seen the cottages when we were up in Canada. That's why I said it reminded me of Canada. We passed some really large, what do you call those, freighters?
Yeah, 2 freighters.
One we passed and one was behind us when we got here.
Yeah.
So we got to watch them go by. But it's an incredible sight because everything looks pristine, and then you see this big old freighter come right through the middle of it.
And it's fairly narrow in here, but very deep.
Yeah.
As I was coming up, even just departing the channel there, the channel was like 130, 140 feet deep. So,
and there's an incredible bridge to get here that we went under.
The Thousand Island Bridge.
Thousand Island Bridge.
Yeah, welcome to the Thousand Islands.
Yeah.
So,
it's really tall. I don't know how tall it is. That barge, which was giant, didn't have any trouble getting under it. Of course, we didn't. But it's green and really high looking up there at the cars going past it.
So, really beautiful area here. So, our intentions are to get up here in probably April, May time frame, whenever it thaws out up here. And they start getting the boats out. Talk to them, and even though our contract goes for storage till April 15th, there's a 30-day grace period in there because of whether the ice clears up or not. We'll just kind of play it by ear and get up here when we can. And, just go from there. Once the boat's here, then we'll, once the boat's out, I think they take it over somewhere to the Thousand Islands Club. I don't know exactly what they do. They'll take the boat out of the storage area, take it over and dock it up, and then we'll be able to get over there and get on the boat and get ready to do whatever we're going to do. So it's all going to depend on, whether Canada opens up with the pandemic. So we'll just see. And if it doesn't, then we'll have to have a backup plan. And there's no sense in worrying about a backup plan now because it's 6 months down the road.
True.
6 to 7.
Right. We have never, our future is unknown. We have always been so scheduled and so
Yeah.
planned out, and now we are flying by the seat of our pants.
Yeah,
We don't
and
have a house anymore.
speaking of
And
toward the unknown, we are drinking one of our last bottles on the boat, the 65 years of the U-2. And the U-2 is an airplane that I had the honor of being able to fly in midway in my career. A single-seat, high-altitude reconnaissance plane. And it was in August of this year that it was 65 years that the airplane's been flying. Now, it was the A model that flew first, and now they're up to the S model, which was really, I flew the R model. The S model is the R model with new avionics in it, a glass cockpit and some upgrades and that type of stuff. But so we worked with Windsor Vineyards in California. Shout out to Gordon out there who's done the wine for us for a couple different celebrations, a squadron celebration, and also I think, did we do the 50th? Or
yes.
60th or something. I don't know what.
But you mean with him? It was the 100th year of the squadron.
Yeah, the squadron.
Yeah,
and so
I think that was it.
We worked with him, and we were going to have a big 65-year celebration. I would say the U2 goes on Medicare in August, but because of the COVID, we couldn't do it. So we do have the wine to celebrate, and it's a great wine. So it's a Cabernet. In fact, this one won a gold medal. It's and I had some shipped to back home. So because they were running out of it, so when we get home, we'll still have some bottles there.
Excellent.
Yeah, Oklahoma.
Good news.
Yeah. So anyway, so you can Google the U2 or read about it. I've got a little website on my website that you can read about some of the things about the U2 that were special to me during my career. So anyway.
A true American hero.
Well, I don't know about that. But yeah, it was really a neat airplane to fly, and also I want to tell you too is that the man in the suit here in the airplane was done by Ed Walby, commander there, and I flew the same time Ed was there, and Ed and I worked to get this label digitized onto this. It's a big painting in the squadron that he did, and so very memorable, as well as the solo patch is on here. The solo patch is given to us when we solo the airplane. You usually get about 8 to 9 flights in the airplane in a 2-seat airplane, and then you solo in the single-seat airplane, and after you do that, the wing commander comes out and puts the solo patch on you. And so, yeah, it's a very memorable thing. And so just the solo patch there, right at this point, as we're doing this video, I think there's somewhere around 1,100 pilots that flew the U2 in the 65 years. So right around 17 people a year, 18 people a year get to fly the U2 or trained since then.
Wow, so, interesting.
Yeah. And we keep in touch. You know, we have a good brotherhood, sisterhood type thing that people stay in touch. So anyway, it's pretty special. One of the best things that happened to me during my Air Force career. So we're having that today. So yammering on about the U2.
That's all right.
Anyway, so what else is going on? You went through the boat and the kitchen and got rid of some stuff because even though it's going to be in heated storage,
we had to, at home, when you open up your refrigerator and you go, I really need to clean this out. But then you go and you find other things to do, and it's just a task that gets put off. I have had this refrigerator freezer cleaned out, starting from nothing, and the same thing this time. Everything's gone. And I have a very interesting assortment. I won't go with you of Docktails, and we have a very interesting dinner tonight also. Just because I'm trying to get rid of everything that's in the refrigerator. So, been cleaning out the pantry, and because food not good on a boat if it's going to be. And
kind of getting clothes packed, getting clothes packed and stuff that, we're going to need for 7 months that's coming off the boat.
Right. How do you know?
So the logistics of, getting things off the boat.
We're in uncharted territory here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a couple things about the boat, I asked the marina, what do I have to do to get the boat ready? And you would think, well, there would be some kind of checklist, which I would love if they had a checklist. But it was kind of like trying to ask, hey, what about the heads? What about the water?
Right.
And, I have asked other people, and they say, well, it's in heated storage. You don't have to do anything. And some people really, truly don't do anything. But I have kind of thought through all the systems on the boat, the electrical system and the engines and all that. So a couple of things that I decided to do was, clean out the engine strainers, the raw water engine strainers, the generator strainer.
They weren't dirty though.
They weren't that dirty, but I just kind of wanted to exercise the sea cocks and also, clean them out. Air conditioner strainers, I did those just to make sure, hey, I knew they were good, because I'm thinking is, hey, if it's out of the water and there's something in those strainers and it's live and it's going to keep growing in there while we're gone, so I'm just thinking, hey, let's try to be as clean as possible. And then we're going to pump out the heads, of course, and put a little bit of, I guess, kill odor stuff in there. And then we're going to drain out the water, not that we have to, but, why have extra water on the boat? The other thing I did, and I was working on, and I think I talked to you this as we were going, is I tried to get the fuel to where, hey, we don't want full fuel on the boat, and we don't want empty fuel on the boat. So I decided, hey, 3/8 of tank. So we managed our fuel so that we got 3/8 in each of the tanks. Then we did some fuel treatment with it, and we also put some biocide in it so that, it's sitting in there. I mean, I think that building's going to be maintained at around 50 degrees, 45 to 50 degrees is what I hear. So nothing really should grow in it because, it won't be that warm or anything, but it doesn't hurt to put some of that stuff in there. And then, just kind of going around the boat, we went through every compartment on the boat. Oh, we took batteries out of things.
Batteries out of everything.
Yeah,
Oh, we haven't taken it out of that clock right there, but
which clock?
The clock right there.
Oh, up there. Yeah. Okay. I mean, you could take it out of that if you want. Yeah, that's a good idea. But yeah, a couple other things.
But everything else.
Remote controls for the TV and the stereo and that kind of stuff. So, you just think through if you're going to leave your boat for 6-7 months, what could go wrong? Of course, the freezer, we've already defrosted the freezer.
Yep.
And tomorrow, we'll turn off
the ice maker.
The ice maker and the mini fridge here.
Yep.
We'll empty that out, and I guess that'll be it. And then I'm going to leave a good note. I have an email ready to go to the maintainers as to, the battery switches and all that, because the other thing that they'll do during those 6 months is they will charge up the batteries 3 times during that 6 months. So we'll leave the shore cord out and we'll configure it so that, they will configure it, because I guess I won't be able to ride on the boat to where they're going, although we're going to try to go there to see it hauled out, because we want to look and see what the bottom looks like. If they're going to need work on the bottom. Nasty. And, whether the props, are going to need any work on them. Yeah. Because we did hit a couple things, which sounded like we hit something, but it might have been just something bumping off the,
But I really appreciate you thinking through everything.
Yeah, just
you're
kind of
really
think
good at that.
Through everything, and then leave good instructions, because the by leaving the shore power breakers on and the battery charger on for the main battery banks, as well as the battery charger for the bow and stern thruster batteries and the Freedom Lift batteries. There's 2 AGMs that power the bow thruster, gives 24 volts. And then there's 2 batteries, AGMs, that power the stern thruster as well as the Freedom Lift back there. And so that those those will get kind of charged up. Also watered the batteries down there to make sure that they were watered. So, you just think through everything on your boat and kind of know the condition that you're leaving it in, and then communicate that to the people who are going to maintain it inside for you so that they don't have a question about it. So anyway, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, that's pretty good Docktails stuff. But that's what guys talk about during Docktails anyway.
I know. I was just like, if I were the captain, I would just give them the keys, go, do whatever, because I wouldn't have thought of all those things. But You really know this boat well, and I'm impressed.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's part of, having a boat, and we've had this boat now for 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
3 years.
Almost.
Yeah, almost 3 years. So you get to know the boat and some of the systems we've redone and replaced, and so
she's been a really good boat for us.
Yeah, man, it's been a very comfortable boat. So
yeah.
We're gonna miss the old girl.
I know he's been sad since we were in Clayton. He's been a little misty-eyed, coming here, and he drove so slow this 10 miles. It took us forever, but it's just he wasn't really ready.
I just wanted to savor it and just kind of like look out there and say okay, because part of the excitement, at least for me on the loop, is hey, we're someplace and we got a plan to go some other place. And like I said, I think I've shared this with you before, is the great thing about the loop is by the time you get tired of locks, well, then there's something else
to
do.
Locks, right.
There's going across Lake Ontario, and then there's this, or it's going up the Hudson, or it's going over, from Cape May to, Manasquan on the outside, or going across the Gulf, or the Intracoastal Waterway, or down the rivers.
All different.
It's all so different. It's so challenging to me. So we are certainly on this platinum loop. I think we're enjoying it even more because places that we couldn't get to go on the first loop, because we went home 6 times on the gold loop.
Yeah.
Now we've even picked up. I mean, we're normally at this point would have been 16 trips, and now it's 20 trips because we stopped at some places.
Yeah.
We stopped at the same places, but we stopped at different places as well. And so when you get to do the loop, you can look at our gold loop videos, you can look at the platinum loop videos, and you can kind of see the different places we've stayed. So
well, our loop has been mostly helping you get from place to place. We don't spend a lot of time showing you the places because we want you to see them. You got to get here, right? And we get these requests all the time. I want to see the town, and I want to see what you had for dinner. Well, we want to help you as much as possible do this on your own, so you can experience it.
Sometimes we do that. Yeah,
we do.
But it's like
it's more about education.
And I think in Clayton, we did a number of videos that'll be out there. Alexandria Bay, we didn't have enough time, to get here because we're getting the boat ready.
Right.
But when we can, we will show you a little bit, or at least we'll talk about it and say, hey, you need to go to this place, you need to go this place, that place. And of course, when you get to the place, hey, there's going to be places that will be still in operation, but there'll be new places that are there.
Well, have we yammered on?
Yeah, I think you yammered on enough, and I'm ready for some more 65-year U2 wine here.
Yeah, well, we really appreciate you sharing Docktails with us on this. See, he was talking a lot because, he's trying to stretch it out because it's going to be a while for us. You're going to see this, well into the winter or spring, but we're taking off here in the fall and heading out for our winter experiment. On land.
So the next time you see us on a cruise video, it'll be like 6 months after this, but we have enough special videos that we're going to be busy during those 6 months with all the film that we've taken. Rev is going to be busy, and
I know.
We're also going to be doing a lot of different things on there.
Yeah, we are. Got a lot of surprises.
And really, we do appreciate the emails that you send us and the comments on the YouTube videos.
Well, thank you for Docktails. We'll
All right.
see you soon.
See ya.